What was Jalen Carter's malfunction on Thursday night?
A malfunction.
And the guy spits at Dak Prescott. The NBC cameras catch it, and then the refs flag him, and then kick him out of the game. They kicked the Eagles' best defensive player and the guy who can affect the game significantly from just his one position. They kick him out of the game. Don't forget, the last time, I shouldn't say the last time, the second round playoff game, the divisional weekend playoff game, the Los Angeles Rams had a game-winning play or a go-ahead play to potentially win the game late in a snowstorm in Philadelphia, all set up. And Stafford was ready to execute it if Jalen Carter wasn't unblocked and coming in and just blowing things up. I don't even need to keep going on. We all know how Jalen Carter can affect a game. And he affected a heck of a lot more than that, because all I was sitting there thinking when the Dallas Cowboys were driving down the field, what a gift to give to Dallas after the last month of the season. We're all wondering if Dallas knows what the hell it's doing. We're all wondering if Dallas will be able to get past Jerry Jones trading away their best defensive player and trading him away to Green Bay, and with the most nonsensical reason that you can throw out there. And the Eagles then respond by trade away Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter trades away his ability to play a football game last night with just losing his mind. And then we find out in the second half of the game, Dak Prescott spit first. He was the first spitter. There was a second spitter last night, and it was Jalen Carter. Hold on a minute. That, in all these memes that I'm seeing from Seinfeld, where Newman's talking about the second spitter and all that sort of business, one of the greatest Seinfeld episodes of all time, with Keith Hernandez. Dak Prescott was the first spitter. Chronologically, we learned about him as the second spitter last night, but he's the guy that kind of went first. Now, he did it. I can't believe I'm breaking this down.
Well, it's a thing that happens.
It's a story, Rich.
On the Rich Eisen Show.
It's a story.
You got to do it.
The magic loogie.
I can't believe I'm breaking down spit.
Yes, you can. Yes,
we're taking this story. We're taking this storyline and spitting on that thing.
Hey.
See.
So,
Hey.
You're not above it.
Just leave it there, guys. Now then, Dak is standing back behind his two linemen, engaging with Jalen Carter, and he spits down, not at.
Yeah, down.
And then and there's a difference. Trust me.
Yeah, big difference.
I learned a long time ago. I learned a long time ago in the NFL when Troy Polamalu was playing football and his hair was flowing, and Mike Pereira came on NFL Total Access on NFL Network and said that when you tackle somebody with their hair, that's legal, but you're not allowed to pull somebody up by their hair. Believe it or not. You could take somebody down by their hair. It's their fault that their hair's flowing out of their helmet.
I hate that.
But if they're on the ground and you still have the hair in your hand and you're pulling them up, that's 15 yards. So I guess if you're spitting down, that's legal. If you're spitting at, that's quite illegal.
Yeah.
And ejectionable and potentially suspendable. So Dak did not do anything illegal.
Nope.
He was just saying that was part and parcel of what he does every now and then. He also wasn't standing in front of Jalen Carter. He did, after Carter said something to him, step out from in front of his lineman when Carter hit him with the loogie. And Dak, by the way, Dak has the Walter Payton Man of the Year
He spit
patch
right at
on
the
his
patch.
jersey.
Right. That's disrespectful, man.
Did he spit on the patch? Did
It's
some of the
kinda
spittle get on the
looked like
patch?
It kind of looked like, in all honesty, at least he spit on him terrible. At least he didn't spit in his face, which would have been so much
like
worse.
Romanowski?
Yeah, but it was at least it looked like it went down
Honestly.
around his neck area. But still, like, come on,
Don't spit on people.
Don't spit on people.
Grossing me out.
Cage Brockman can tell you that
Does
right
this-
now.
I was literally about to bring him up.
Our boy Cage.
Because
knows
doesn't it
that.
sound like something? Doesn't it sound like something that you get a call from a principal about what happened in a schoolyard for a 5 or a 6-year-old? And these are grown ass men in the National Football League in front of the whole country tuning in for the first football game of the year, and this happens before the first snap.
The ref was standing right
So
there
Dak-
too. By
I
the
know,
way,
right
there.
Unbelievable. So Dak was. What do you call it? Loogie Gate? I don't know. Is this our first game of the year?
Spitgate is what I've been
Spitgate?
saying.
It's a truly hockaloogie.
Saliva Gate? Dak was asked about it last night.
I probably spit 1,000 times throughout the game. I mean, especially game day, maybe even in general, and something I guess I'm not proud of. But in that case, he was trolling, I guess you could say, trying to mess with Tyler Booker. I was just looking at him. I was right here by the 2 linemen, and I guess I needed to spit, and I wasn't going to spit on my lineman, and I just spit ahead. But I would say he was back there where Jory was in that sense, and he asked, or he goes, "You trying to spit on me?" And at that point, I mean, I felt like he was insulting me. Like I wouldn't spit on somebody. I'm damn sure not trying to spit on you. Like we're about to play a game. I'm wondering why you're trying to mess with the rookie. And so when I stepped through, I actually said the words like, "What the hell would I? Excuse me, but I'm probably even more colorful. What would I need to spit on you for?" And he just spit on me in that moment, and it was more of a surprise than anything. Refs obviously saw it through the flag. I was like, "Hell yeah, we get 15 yards to start the game off." Didn't realize he was getting ejected. Unfortunate that he did. Hell of a player. Changed our plan and our blocking scheme. As I've told you all right before the week, that we're going to protect against him. So helped in that manner. But I don't wish for anybody to get out of the game. I'm sure he probably regrets that to some extent. I'm pretty sure he knows I didn't try to spit on him or wasn't even aiming to spit on him. So something that's probably going to get a lot of coverage and a lot of attention that feel sorry for him in the sense of yeah, I mean, I know how excited each and every one of us are, right, to kick off the season and the season opener, and hell of a player like that doesn't even get a chance in the first play. Yeah, unfortunate circumstances.
So, I hear him. There are people thinking that he trolled Jalen Carter into doing what he did, but why would he ever expectorate somebody else to spit back at him? I mean, it's absurd. Jalen Carter is the guy who's got to own this, and after the game, kudos to him. He actually did it in front of his locker, hit it.
You know, it was a mistake that happened on my side. It just won't happen again. I feel bad for just my teammates and the fans out there. You know, I'm doing it for them. You know, I'm doing it for my family also. But the fans, you know, they show the most love. You heard them out there today. Just not being able to start the game, even finish the game is just up. But we'll get it better. It won't happen again.
Yeah, can we give him a little bit of room.
There's some footage later that showed that Dak may have done something first. Do you feel like he precipitated it?
A little bit of room.
No, I don't try to do nothing out of the ordinary. You know, anything that I feel like I've done something back is provoked. But, you know, if there's something out there, y'all see it with all that.
This segment on saliva is now 7 minutes old, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, why not?
The head coach, because you got to hear from the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni. Nick, your thoughts on your players spitting on another, Nick?
Everything that we do is going to be held in-house. Again, he knows, and we needed him out there today, and he wasn't out there against a really good offense. As you guys know, I want them. You see how I coach with emotion, and I want them to play with emotion, and that's what I kind of say all the time is, but you have to do it within the rules of the game. Because we need everybody out there to help us be successful.
Can you imagine it's your job to tell somebody as large as Jalen Carter, who's a grown man, to say, please don't spit on other people? You know what I mean? Like, it's absurd. It's positively absurd that the season started that way. It was an absolute shocker. It 100% affected things. It gave the Cowboys a ton of momentum. Why wouldn't you run it right up the middle? they're probably wondering how in the world are we going to have gap integrity when the guy he takes care of 2 gaps and one has no integrity and he's gone. I mean, it makes no. By the way, it also gave us our first look at Big Dom of the year, so that was good.
Yes.
You know, and you know the Cowboys Eagle opener, the Eagles Cowboys opener featured the most consecutive touchdown drives and scoring drives to open an NFL season since they started the standalone kickoff game in 2002. So that kind of helped the momentum go. You know, obviously Jalen Hurts and the Eagles had to continue scoring on their own, but it gave the Cowboys a ton of momentum to start the game. The question is, do you suspend him? Gents, I put that on the floor to you before we take our break and end this segment on spittle. Do we suspend him?
Yeah, I'm going to say no. He basically was suspended for the first game of the season. The embarrassment that comes along with that, I would expect a hefty fine, but no suspension. We'll see in week 2.
Well,
what do you think, T.J. Jefferson?
I mean, how do I look at this? Do I look at this?
Take the Cowboys out of it.
Take it out of it. Fan? Do I look at this as a you can't spit on somebody, right? You can't do it. I know this is football and it's a violent game, but there's also got to be some type of respect, and that's about as disrespectful of a thing as you can do. I think maybe the only thing that saves him from a suspension is the fact that it wasn't fully on in the face. But I don't know. Maybe I had to take myself out of this because I feel like, you might have to sit down a game, but.
He spat on a Walter Payton Man of the Year.
You can't do that, man. You can't do that.
I think the fact that he was contrite, believe it or not, the fact that Dak was the first one to actually have something leave his mouth that wasn't words, and I don't know. Whatever he says if he does talk to the commissioner, maybe that will count. Will it matter that they're playing the Chiefs in front of the whole country next week? I don't think so. Rashee Rice has been suspended from this game and 5 others. I do know that the team with their logo behind my right shoulder is hoping to not see Jalen Carter next week, but I don't think he gets suspended. How does that sound?
Rich, do you think do you think this even happens if that if that weather delay doesn't happen? Do you think anyone even is bored enough to start searching?
What do you mean?
Well, didn't this happen during...
Oh, no.
You mean found out the Dak portion of the video gets found out.
NBC's got, a million lead pipe wielding professionals. They just found it. I don't know if it was a weather delay or not. It doesn't even matter. I mean, the bottom line is that Jalen Carter spat at somebody, and the Eagles are lucky that they didn't lose. They are lucky they did not lose that game last night, and we'll see. Again, everybody said the Chiefs were lucky. We'll see if they get any help from the league refs on not suspending Jalen Carter. I don't know what the history is of suspending somebody who's done it before.
Yeah, Rich, Bill
maybe
Romanowski.
Just the fact that he sat up.
Yeah, the famous Bill Romanowski and J.J. Stokes play was almost 30 years ago, but Romo was just fined. He was not suspended.
And that was directly
so there
in
you
the
go.
face.
That's the end of that.
Yeah.
And that was, Romo, who had a history of other things.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.